Okay guys, so as promised, sorry that it's taken me so long to get this video up. I had a really bad reaction to a product. I don't know if you guys can see. Chin is like, it's all scabby now, but that's primarily where I broke out. But anyway, I figured we'd do this, the look I was telling you guys about, or that I had in my last video. I think the main focus of that look is really prepping the skin and just making sure that your skin looks its best even when it's not. But I will talk as I go. I'm just going to spritz my face a little bit because it feels, I didn't put moisturizer on just yet. Because my skin has been so dry and this has just been peeling, I've been using the La Mer moisturizing cream. This stuff is like super heavy duty moisturizer. I love this stuff. It's in this pot now to emulsify that a little bit and just so that my makeup sits really nicely on top of it. I use a little bit of the Dermalogica, what is this there? Phyto Replenish Oil. This stuff is really good too. I've mentioned it a bunch of times, so I'm just gonna take maybe a little bit on my finger and then like 1 or 2 drops of the oil. And that kind of just, because this is really thick, the dewier the better. I like looking like a grease ball. Fuck it. Especially, I want to get around my chin, these dry bits here. I'm going to take a little bit of the Lip Glow Pomade by Dior and squeeze this out if I can squeeze it out. Here we go. And just, now to add more moisture to the skin, I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer and shake this up a bit, and maybe like a pump and a half on the back of my hand, or on my hand, I should say. And I'm going to take a little bit of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector and what is this, Opal? Yeah, Opal. This is like a little mini travel one, but I've been doing just, you know, a dab of that. I mix the two together, and so now I'm going to take a little bit of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Cushion Stick Foundation, and I'm in the shade 4W1 Honey Bronze. I spoke about this. I did a blog post all about this foundation. They were sent to me, but I didn't have to talk about it at all or anything, but I'm so happy with the formula that I just had to do a blog post. So just going to put a little bit of this, dab it here. And in the blog post I said it's like chapstick for your face, because literally if you squeeze too much up you can just twist it back down and the product will go back in. I'm going to take the Real Techniques sponge and just pat that all over. It's so lightweight and sheer, and just, it looks like skin. It just evens me out. And it doesn't really feel like you have anything on the skin. Do you see? I wore a plaid shirt for you guys because I don't know, I hate color. Breakouts, and it's been along my jawline. It's awful. And here. And you know what I think broke me out? It was that Maybelline Cushion Foundation that I was telling you guys. Wonderful foundation. It's a really, really good cushion foundation, especially for the drugstore, because that's what I had on in the previous video. But I think that's what like broke me out, because that was the only thing that I was trying differently. This happens to be the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. And again, it's very creamy, it's very dewy, so this works on all these spots that I've got going on. Just kind of push it in. I don't know what the color is coming across on the camera, but in person, I promise you it matches my skin. You ever put on your base and you have concealer on, so you start concealing spots and then you're going over and you're blending and then you have one spot that you didn't touch and it's just a glob of concealer. I've done that shit so many fucking times. Hilarious. Piss my pants. I've walked out the house and looked in like the rearview mirror while I'm driving and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it's the concealer. Now under the eyes, because I'm so dry, I'm going to use a bit of my Glossier stretch concealer, and this is in the shade Dark. And I'm going to take my sponge and dip it in there because I'm the only one that uses it. I know it's a little gross, but it can't be bothered with just sticking my finger in there right now. That's good, right? Moving on. Next in that video, I used a shit ton of highlighter, but I started out with the Haloscape highlighter in Quartz, and I'm just gonna put that right here, like I always do. Bam. Just like instant. Like if you just want healthy skin, sometimes I just wear this. Like I'll put on moisturizer, the La Mer with the oil, and for work mainly. I'll put on some highlight, and what else? Just a little bit of the Dior lip balm. I'll curl my lashes maybe. Ooh, that was another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Okay, I'm all over the place. Anyway, it's just so pretty. We had a little makeup party. The girls from my job, my coworkers, over at my office manager's house, and I did like everyone's makeup, and this is like the #1 thing everyone had on their list. I turned everybody onto this shit. I'm like, yeah, just go order it. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I haven't changed my cheek color because I'm obsessed with it. And this is another thing that I made the girls get, and this is the Smashbox LA Lights Blendable Lip and Cheek color in Mulholland Mauve. Mauve. I don't know. So I just like literally swipe it. And then take my fingers, and I like to do this over top of the Haloscape highlighter because it almost seems like the highlighter peeks through it or shines through it, so it makes the highlight look even more natural. And this stuff is so lightweight and sheer. It isn't sticky at all. It just looks so natural on the skin. Look at that. God, it's so nice. So this is what I had in the video. It's nothing too crazy. It's a very nice neutral shade, so I think this is flattering for a lot of people. Whether you're super pale. Girls at work are a lot lighter than I am. I think I'm the darkest out of the group that was there, and I used this color on everyone, and they loved it. So good stuff, good stuff. I just like it when you find something and you just, it works, you know? Oh yeah, so anyway, I wanted to tell you about lashes. Speaking of lashes, I was going to schedule and have another lash lift done. But the last time I got my lash lift, because I've gone twice already to do it. The last time, I think I went too soon, so they were really, really curly. And it was just, the curl was just too much for me. I've let it die down. Where the hell is the fucking lid for this shit? Oh, here it is. Jesus, I'm dropping everything. I let it die down, and now they're still a little bit curled, but nothing crazy. I do need to go in with my lash curler and use them to get like a full even curl. I booked my first appointment. I think it's June 5th, or not June. January 5th is when I go to get lash extensions. I'm terrified. But I mean, I did my research, and actually the place that I'm going to, or the girl that's doing it, it's about like a 45-minute drive from me, which, I mean, whatever, I don't mind as long as she does a good job. I'm super excited. If you've had them done, let me know. Let me know what if they're worth it, or if you think it's worth it, or if you were happy with yours, your experience. You can just leave it down in the comments below. I'll filling in my brows like I always do with the Anastasia Brow Wiz. And then I'm gonna faux freckle, like always. The Legendary Brow Gel by Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the clear one. I actually ordered a new one and it's on its way because this one's all mucky and just on its last leg. But this is like the best brow gel I've ever tried, and the applicator is freaking phenomenal. But I just brush the front of my brows with this so that I get that nice, you know, bushy brow effect. I do need a little bit of powder because I'm like super shiny right now. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder on a Wayne Goss, what is this, his number 2 brush. Let's see, I always do the tip of my nose and around my nose and like even in my nostrils, which I know sounds crazy, but this like fleshy part here, you don't want that to look shiny. Around the mouth, on the blemishes that you concealed. Maybe just a tad on the forehead so I'm not super shiny. Yeah, I think that works. Now you guys are gonna kill me because I can't remember what eyeshadow I wore in that video. I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure, actually, I'm 100% sure that I wore M.A.C Patina, which is here in my shadow palette. Is it Patina? Yeah. So I don't have a brush, which I just realized it. So I'm just going to take it on my finger. Old school style. Because you really don't need much. Yeah, I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid. You want to stick to like a cool tone shadow because the lip is very cool toned. It's not warm at all. Do curl lashes. So let's curl these bad boys. Nothing crazy. I don't really think I curled them in the video. I didn't, now that I think of it. But I'm curling them just a little bit. Maybelline Full and Soft Waterproof Mascara. And I'm not going to coat too much. Just because I want it to barely look like we even have mascara on. There's a hint of something on the eyes, but not really. I'm going to take a little bit of the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, which is what I've been using. Now comes the fun part. So I'm going to take a little bit of this Makeup Forever Lip Line Perfector. Because it's glossy, it tends to run everywhere. Trust me, I learned that the hard way, getting it all over my fucking teeth. So I'm going to use this to just help me out. Now I used these Makeup Forever, I don't know if they were Acrylips or Acrylips, but that's what these are. This is what I used. I used a combination of 401 and 501 to create that like deep red. So I started off with 401, which is more of like the traditional red. And this you gotta be super careful with. So I squeezed it out. Now these are super, super pigmented. And of course you could wear the shade on its own, obviously, but I don't want to. And I kind of concentrated this red color on the center. Like 501, which is like this deep, plummy shade, which I love. And we're gonna go over that now. I can't talk because I have this like, it's like a heart shape. I think people think that I like draw it out myself, but I don't. Really have to like concentrate. And that's it for the most part. It's just really trying to get this even and not screwing it up because it's so glossy and it's so pigmented. It's a pain in the ass to take off. But I love this lip. It's so nice. And then with like the sheen, the dewiness, the real easy light skin. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.